Hey, what's up everybody? I'm by the sea and I'm making hard apple cider. Start by getting a gallon of apple cider that doesn't have any preservatives in it, a pound of brown sugar, some cinnamon sticks, some whole cloves, and then you'll need some cider yeast or ale yeast and some pectic enzyme. You're going to want to get a fermenting bucket and a hydrometer if you would like to know the specific gravity and the alcohol by volume. A funnel with a filter, an airlock. I use a food grade 5-gallon bucket with a hole drilled into it that a little gasket goes into, and then you can fit your airlock into that. Wash and sanitize everything that's going to come into contact with your cider. Make sure everything is sanitized. I use Star San to sanitize all of my equipment and tools that I'm going to be using to make my brews. You want to put a stock pot over high heat and add half of your apple cider. As you're going to use that, heat it up to a simmer. You don't want it boiling, but heat it up to a simmer, and then dump in your pound of brown sugar and stir that until it's dissolved. Once I saw that everything was dissolved, I turned the heat off, let that sit for a minute. Then you want to throw into your fermenter your cinnamon sticks, whole cloves, and any other kind of flavorings that you want to add. Some people put in orange peels. I usually put in orange peels and have in the past. I'm also going to add about 10 to 12 raisins just to give the yeast something to work with. You could also add yeast nutrient or yeast energizer. I'm going to pour in my brown sugar dissolved in apple cider and let that steep for about 20 minutes. And then I'm going to use this safe cider yeast. I'm putting in my pectic enzyme right now. Taking the temperature and then adding the rest of my cider. Taking another temp now that the cold cider was added to it. I want to make sure it's under 90 degrees before I pitch my yeast into it. And I'm just going to sprinkle my yeast directly on top of this since it's still pretty warm. It's about 75 degrees. I'm going to fill my hydrometer cylinder and then put in my hydrometer just to get an initial specific gravity. And then I'm going to add maybe almost half a packet of this into here. Close it up, aerate it by shaking it around, swirling it, and then I'm going to fill my airlock with some sanitizer and seal the lid, and I'm looking for bubbles. And now you just wait till bubbling slows down and then we'll rack it. I'll see you in part 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.